The Meadow simulation is an online computer program that helps students learn about the biomass pyramid, focusing on an ecosystem containing producers, represented by grass, herbivores, represented by rabbits, and carnivores, represented by foxes. Before you have your students work with the ecosystem simulation, please try it for yourself on student computers so that you understand how the platform works and are prepared to answer any questions that students may have. The program opens to the notebook page. The 3 bars at the top are used to select which proportions of the meadow inhabitants each simulation run will start with. This screen shows what it looks like to set up a test of equal biomass. In the blank space below the simulation bars, results from each simulation will be recorded as long as students keep the program open. The vertical bar on the right is a scroll bar so that students can review their simulation trials and compare them to one another. There's also an information button at the bottom of the screen that tells you about the program and how to use it. Click the arrow to go to the simulation run page. The next screen depicts the running simulation in 3 ways. In the upper left, a graph of the biomass of each population is traced over time. On the right, a camera screen shows a cartoon depiction of the frequency of the ecosystem inhabitants. You'll note nearly equivalent population sizes of foxes, rabbits, and grass here at the start of this run. In the lower left, the biomass pyramid is represented both graphically and in a table. Finally, the stopwatch in the lower center displays the current generation of the simulation and gives students a chance to start, pause, or resume the simulation, as well as return to the menu or notebook page. Let's practice running the simulation to test what happens when the biomass of all 3 populations is equivalent at the start. As the simulation runs, note the graph in the upper left-hand corner that traces the biomass of the grass, the rabbits, and the foxes during the simulation. Below, you'll note that the table shows the relative numbers of foxes, rabbits, and grass during different points in the simulation. The midpoint can be selected either by clicking on the graph or by toggling left to right. On the right, the camera screen shows an active cartoon animation of the foxes, rabbits, and grass through time. In the lower left, there's a biomass pyramid that shows the same information, and the stopwatch in the middle gives you menu, start, pause, and step options. Returning to the notebook page, we can now see the last simulation run. Click along the graph to bring up the table and see any points along that table. The graph to the left shows the beginning biomass of the simulation. The graph on the right shows the end biomass of the simulation. We recommend that you try the simulation with a variety of starting conditions and test on your own how many foxes, rabbits, and grass the ecosystem can maintain.